everybody, welcome back to RCTV Creative. My name is Isa, and here we are with Miss Santiago and Mrs. Basan. So Mrs. Basan, I know that you are not a formal counselor, you work more in the central office, so tell us your role about there and how you got in it.
So I'll give you a little bit of background. My background is in counseling. I actually was a counselor here at Sharyland High School for 4 years, and so I've worked with this age group a lot and super excited about that. But now, again, with different experiences in administration, I am at central office, and my role right now is the director of counselors here at Sharyland ISD, and I'm super excited and passionate about that because it allows me to be able to support and lead initiatives in regards to social emotional supports for students and staff across the district. And what that means is we want to help our students as well as our staff grow in our emotional awareness, in our how we feel about ourselves and how we work with others. And so you'll see some things like, for example, your character strong curriculum that your teachers implement here on campus. That's one avenue where we try to help with social emotional awareness. The second, another big initiative that we have on campus in the district is our responsible decision-making campaign. And so this campaign was really launched because of the supports for our students and the vision to be able to support our students as you all, face different challenges on a daily basis. And so what we've asked is for each of our campuses, working with our teachers and putting their own spin on how they're going to give that message on how to make responsible decisions. And so we're super excited here with RCTV Creative that you all have this platform, and that you're going to just kind of ask us some questions about the responsible decision-making campaign and what we can do to support you all as you kind of go through your school years and after that.
I have a question for you guys. What is one thing that you see a lot in struggles that teenagers have these days?
We see a lot of students nowadays that are suffering from anxiety, some depression, some diagnosed, some not diagnosed, right? Students who are maybe struggling, the pandemic really had an effect on a lot of our students, whether it because they got used to being at home and now they don't feel comfortable back at school. They just got very lonely. And so a lot of that we're still seeing the effects of now. But, as counselors, we're here to try to help students deal with that, help parents find resources to help their child if they are struggling with that, and hopefully helping everyone to be, having a more positive experience with school and with the future. One thing that's very important, and we kind of talked about this last week with our Say Something campaign, is a lot of you are very good resources for your friends. You know when your friends are struggling, and you can be encouraging your friends, hey, go talk to the counselors, or even come by the counseling office and say, you know what, I have this friend who's really struggling and I want to help them. Because a lot of the problems that students are having, as much as you want to try to help your friends, some of them are beyond what you're capable of doing. And so that's when you need to turn to their parents, to the counseling department, to a teacher, someone that you trust, so that way we can help everybody to be more successful, because it is, a little bit too much for a high school student to have to handle on their own. Okay?
I agree. Because I feel like mental health has honestly been such a big thing, as you said, past quarantine, especially because I feel like also, I know this is not really the topic right now, but I feel like social media really gets to all of us, since at such a young age we are just surrounded by all of this.
Well, and what we see on social media, nobody puts that much about, oh, I'm really sad, or we see the perfect world, right? We show our best side. And that's not how reality is, but yet we see that and we think, well, gosh, I feel terrible, but look, they're out having fun, they're going on these wonderful trips,
why is my
and all
life
that
not
kind of
like
thing.
that?
And that makes us feel even worse, There's a lot of things, though, too. Sometimes friends do put cries for help on social media, or they make comments about things. And we need to be very serious with those, because
you never know,
you never know what could happen, or what's going to happen. And then we would feel terrible, right? If our friend made an outcry through social media or something like that, and we didn't do anything about it, and then, God forbid, something terrible happened.
I feel like it's very important to also, because obviously social media is going to be around forever, and we just have to find a way how to work around it, and knowing how to control and to handle the situation for you not to fall as deep is very important. Calling for help, because as Ms. Santiago had just mentioned, we're not capable of all of solutions in life. Sometimes we do need a helping hand, which is, I feel like, is very convenient to us that you guys are very welcoming to give us a helping hand. Thank you for that.
To kind of add to that, if I could add to that, when we're looking at the responsible decision-making campaign, I'm so glad that you brought up social media. The pressures that students see at this age, and of course, we're a little bit older, so there's been different challenges, right, that we see. Social media definitely being one, vaping, drugs and alcohol. And so with social media and the community and society publicizing it and kind of putting it out there as a business, it could tend to look like everyone is doing it. And so our job here with the Responsible Decision Making campaign is really to let you all know, students, we truly love you. We care about you. We want to work with your parents, and we know you're great kids. We have the best students in the entire state, in the district, everywhere. And so we know that you all have the best potential. We want you to believe in yourselves. We want you to be self-confident, and whatever decision that comes across, because you all have to make decisions in school, out of school, on weekends, through social media, and everything's kind of fast and furious. And so we want to build your skill set so that no matter what you face, you're going to make the right decision, because you have those core values. You have those convictions that you feel strongly about. And so that is the purpose. So when we talk about responsible decision making, it comes from somewhere deeper. It comes from what your parents have taught you, your teachers have been teaching you. It comes with your values, your character, and it goes back to our district's vision of building students academically, but also socially, emotionally, to build students of the highest moral character. That means doing the right thing even when people aren't looking. And so just a reminder, I know you all have been, talked about this, have been, had this as a conversation since you all were young, but the challenges continue to grow. Social media continues to be more prevalent. And so as leaders, we want to build individual leaders with every student across the district so that they say, no, I know the difference between right and wrong, and I know the consequences, and I choose to do right, and I choose to lead in a positive way. And so we challenge you, students, we challenge you, teachers, to continue on that mission to do the best for yourselves, your families, and for our school district. But more than anything, it's your life, right? And so we want the very, very best for you.
Also, as you just said, we're all humans, we make mistakes, and I believe, I'm a strong believer that as we can make 100 mistakes, but I feel like that just helps us grow and learn.
Definitely.
And it's just lessons that you can even give out to others.
Absolutely.
It's like a learning experience, and it just helps you grow your moral character.
Yes.
But it's also very important to prioritize the future consequences, because it could just be fun in the moment, but long term, how will that affect you?
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's a message that all of us are trying to implement to the community in general.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like it's something that we should all keep in mind.
And sometimes with mental health too, right? Our parents, say I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling anxious, I don't want to go to school. My parents, or parents a lot of times would be like, come on, mijita, just go, go. And they don't get it, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes that's hard for students. But you come to your counselor, your parents hear it from your counselor, and it takes a different spin, So even if you've tried with your parents, you're not getting that support, that's what we're here to help with as well, because we want everybody to be successful and have a great future now, but also after high school.
Yes.
And one of the key things, to help with all of that is engagement. So the more students are engaged in something, whether in school or out of school, I can tell you, research will show you, if you are in football and you're in basketball, you're in chess, you're in Rattler Creative, you're able to connect with another individual or an adult as a mentor, that is connected to happiness, to just your overall well-being. So just being connected, I encourage every student and every teacher to get involved, to either sponsor a club or be involved in a club or an organization, because those are the happiest times. You make the best relationships, and it contributes to your mental health because you have a sense of belonging. And so I think this school district really sets, we set the standard very high, but we lead in that. And so we're very proud of our extracurriculars, our athletics, our fine arts, all of the extracurricular. We pride ourselves in excellence, but it also serves the purpose of our mental health, our engagement, our well-being, and our connection. And that's why we're the best district. So we highly encourage for all of our students to continue to stay engaged.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I love this podcast, and I feel like it was very important to like at least get the message out. So I thank you guys for putting your time for this.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
All right. Well, thank you, Rattler Creative, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.